you could do whatever you want. Okay, you can make your own job and keep all your money and do it whenever you want, how often or not often as you want. You have options after that. Okay. What do you do if you're in a relationship with a guy you love but he's broke? Leave. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Love is not enough. Let me tell y'all something, ladies. Love is not going to pay your bills. It's not going to upgrade your life. It's not going to pay, for you to stay home with your newborn baby. It's not going to fix your car. It's not going to put food on your table. Okay. It's not going to do any of that. And women are so afraid to leave somebody because they love them. But these guys out here will leave their own child to go do something else. You know what I'm saying? So are you telling me that a girlfriend is more loyal to a broke man who can't even improve her life than a man is to his own child that he's going to walk away from because the woman is not what he wants? So y'all need to be, y'all need to be thinking, stop being loyal to these broke men. If that man loved you as much as you loved him, he would go get some more money for you. Okay. If that man loved you the way you loved him, he would get up and go find some money for you. He don't love you now. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Saying I love you and kissing and hugging and saying all this stuff, it doesn't count. The real way a man shows you he loves you is to get up and bring you something you need to improve your life. Okay, that's love. Like if you are a single parent and you say, I love my child, I love my baby, but it's sitting there looking hungry and you need to pay these bills so the baby can have somewhere to live. Are you going to get up and go get some money because you love your child? Or are you just going to say, oh, baby, I love you so much no matter what? I'm sorry you have no food and shelter. I'm sorry that the lights are turned off, but I love you. No, that is not love. That's words. Love is action to prove to another person that you want them in your life and you will make their life better by being with them. That is love. Other stuff ain't word. It's just love and lust. Words and lust. So if he loves you, he will get up and get some money. A lot of these men don't love y'all. That's why they won't get up and get no money for y'all. But y'all will sit there and defend them, make excuses for them, say, but I love him, and they won't do the same for y'all. Just saying. You need something, they can't give it to you. You need $100 for something, they ain't got it. But you sleeping with them every day, paying for food, loving them, giving them everything, but they can't give you $100 when you need. Nope. That is not love. That is being a fool. Your money is your money as a woman. Okay? A man's money is to provide for his woman. You see how that makes more sense? What if he paid a lot in the beginning, but now beginning to be stingy and act like he's trying to teach me a lesson? You don't need to learn the lesson. No, you need to teach him a lesson and start packing. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Men have one job. Provide. Protect and provide. I give them two jobs, but the main job is to provide. That's all they gotta do. That's all they have to do, literally. And so if they don't even want to do that fully and wholly, then what are they for? What are they for? There's nothing they can say or do to excuse that behavior. Like, what are you for? I don't get it. They want to live off of your backs as women. They don't really like you. They like what you can bring and offer them. Okay. And that is a very feminine quality. So you're not even getting a real man there. You're getting, someone that's going to literally start to repel you from their feminine energy. Unless you're a very masculine woman. And also that's what they are looking for, a masculine woman, so that they will go 50-50. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would be insulted, because you think I'm masculine? You think I'm going to pay to live with you and sleep with you? Bye. You forgot who you were and who I was. You know what I'm saying? So they're basically calling you masculine and desperate when they ask you to pay half the bills. Unless you offer to pay because you are afraid to lose your independence. You don't lose your independence if you save all your money, because you're stacking. Get intimidated by men with money. It's frustrating. What should I do? The men have the money for you. They have the money to spend on women. Okay, men make money to spend on women. So why are we intimidated? They went out there and did all that stuff so they can impress us. Okay, that's why they get it. All right, That's why they get it and all up in your face, because they want to impress you. So why should we be intimidated by what they do to impress us? That's silly. That would be like a man being super intimidated by a woman who looks nice for them. They want what y'all want, an ugly woman? Okay, they're supposed to spend on us, so we should never be intimidated. They do all that for our recognition. Okay, so that's how I look at it. Like the more money you have, and you up in my face, thank you. Thank you for impressing me. Thank you for bringing me some money. All right, I'm not your competition. I just want your money.
Use his testosterone to build yourself up. So men obviously have a lot more testosterone than we do. And testosterone comes with a lot of physical power. Okay? Think of testosterone as the vehicle of the physical plane. Okay? Think of testosterone as the vehicle of the physical plane. Chimpanzees have 16 times more testosterone than human men. And if you put the strongest, let's say you choose the 10 strongest human men in the world and put them in a ring with one chimp, that one chimp will tear those 10 guys apart. I actually heard an actual scientific explanation of this. Very gory, not very pleasant to hear. But yes, that's how physically powerful testosterone is, okay? What I'm trying to say is that as women, we have a lot less testosterone. So can I do everything? Yes. Do I want to? No. Do I want to use the precious little testosterone that I have in doing things that I don't want to do? Nope. Okay? My husband and my oldest son have a lot more testosterone than I do. Probably my 12-year-old does too at this point. I haven't looked into that recently, okay? But my 18-and-a-half-year-old and my husband definitely have a lot more testosterone. So whatever is the heavy lifting, physical plane stuff, I let them do it. It serves them and it serves me. And here we're just flipping the narrative. Haven't they benefited from our juicy, vibrant, life force sexual energy for like ever? Yes, they have. Just looking at us awakens them. Just looking at us fills them up, gives them more power, gives them more inspiration. Okay? Our existence is something that they harness energy from. Why don't you do the damn same thing, but the polarity version of it, the reciprocal of it? Okay? They have already been doing it. This is why you can't walk the street without men staring at you. Right? Who here can like comfortably just walk the street and no one looks at you? People stare, right? Men will bend over backwards, fall in ditches and sewers and all kinds of things just to get a glance at you. Just to get a glance at you. They are harvesting energy from you, babe. Okay? It's time you flip it now. Use their testosterone for your benefit. And when a woman benefits, the whole society benefits. It really does. Because if I am rested, pleasured, well, abundant, my children are well, my husband is well, like you guys are well, I'm showing up. So they have been harvesting energy from us and using it to build themselves up. You do the same. But not in a peasant, I'm gonna be a, what is it? There's a saying in my culture, I'm having trouble translating it. Should I just say it and then someone, do we have any Pakistani or Indian people in the chat right now that speak Hindi or Urdu? Let me know and then I'll say it and have you translate it. Do we have any Pakistani Indian women who speak Hindi? Okay, Pakistani here. Okay, translate Chindi Chor for me, please. Translate that in English. I'm trying to do it, but I'm blanking out. Okay, that's how most women are acting. They're like trying to like get a $200 cash app. Seriously? You're a Chindi Chor. Okay. Petty thief? Petty thief. Yeah, petty thief. Okay, I think that might be the best way to say it. Stop being a petty thief, okay? Especially when we are carrying, okay, trillions and trillions and like there isn't even a human currency for how much electromagnetic currency I'm harnessing just in my body right now. Okay, I've got like more than I can quantify in human language. Okay, so much that when I walk the streets, people are like, okay, looking. What like just an eye on her, I can take something, I can harness something from her. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna do the same now. You looking up, pick this up, get me that, open this door, provide this. Okay, flip the switch, but don't be a petty thief. Okay, you are not Chindi Chor. You have so much more. Did I say that correctly? Am I messing that up? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. So something happened at the Rebirth Houston Intensive. You know how I'm always struggling to translate Urdu Hindi principles into English? And at the Rebirth Houston Intensive, my people were like, just say it in your language. So I said it in Urdu and then I translated it in English. But when I said it in Urdu, everyone was like, oh, even though they couldn't understand. There were only 2 people in the room that could understand me. And what the feedback was afterwards was people were saying, when you said it in your language, we could feel the energy. And then I'm like, duh, like, communications is mostly energy, not words. So what I've learned now is that instead of trying to translate it, I'm just gonna say it in my language anyways. And then I'll have my girls, my Pakistani Indian girls, translate it for you. That way you can get the most variety of translations for it. When you're dating, money, like you should not even know what the word money means. Don't talk about your job. Don't talk about your career. If it comes up, flirt and talk about something else. Like, don't even bring it up. And I would say don't be flaunting like Louis Vuitton bags and stuff like that, because that shows a lot of things. It also shows that you're kind of like bad with money, or you may be, you know, because you know like what the stigma is with this stuff. So wear nice things, but not labeled things. A lot of women think if you wear labels, then they're gonna be more likely to buy you. Not true. If you don't have labels, he wants to be the first one to provide that for you, right? Like then you can be like, oh, okay, great, I love this. But you don't have to act broke, but just don't involve, like assume that he will pay. Assume that he will pay, and don't even involve money into the equation. Now, when can you involve money? Let's say that you've been married to someone for 10 years. And let's say he has been providing for you and your kids consistently, and everything's been going great, and you have your career, and you have been and I definitely want to keep that, but I may be wanting to quit my job at some point if you're still working. And what I want to do is I want to use some of my extra money. I know that's just fun money, you know, it's nothing like you bring in, but I'm just going to use some of that money. Even if you earn more than him, you say that. I'm just going to use that to knock out the mortgage. I'm just, you know, I know you're paying the mortgage, but like I'll pay $1,000 extra every month over what you're paying so we can be debt free. Then you can do it. Then you can do it because he's shown you that he's the provider. But if you do that and you notice afterwards that he starts flipping and flopping and telling you about he hates his job and wants to quit, take that back. Back. Okay? So you want to be careful with that. You're not going out to find them. You are magnetically attracting them because you're so radiant that they're coming to you. I know this concept is hard to accept when you're not there, but let me tell you, when I turned on my feminine she power, everywhere. I would be at Target with my 3 kids with my ring on, and I have men coming and asking me out. I am the same woman that like would get all dolled up and go places and no one was looking at me because my light wasn't turned on. So turn on that feminine power, that she power. When you have that, you don't need to go find a man. They're everywhere. They're at the gas station. They're at your kid's school. They're at your nieces and nephews' school. They're at the basketball game. They are at the grocery store. They're at everywhere. You can go outside and they will flock to you. What I want is a husband who wants me to live stress-free and carefree. That's the provider energy, by the way. I think most people think providing just means money. What you just said there, babe, that is like the holy grail, like definition. If I wrote out the dictionary, that would be like the first line that I would take from you under provider. Who gives me the freedom to pursue my creative goals and have lots of time for self-care and self-growth. That is what women were made for, and that is what masculine energy expects. So a man, oh, that's a great video topic, actually. I'm gonna write this down. So what he expects of you, what a masculine energy provider expects of you, is that his money, his providing, and his doing stuff for you is that you are gonna be carefree, that you're gonna be, you know, he's not thinking you're gonna be that way all the time, but you're gonna be relaxed, you're gonna be playful, you're gonna be engaged in things that you love to do. This is the biggest mistake that women, housewives and stay-at-home moms do, is when their husbands are providing, they turn into housemaids. When he comes home, they're, you know, tired and they're not dressed, they're not looking self-cared and self-loved. They're telling him all the things that they had to do, and he's like, coming home to his providing didn't buy him anything. It bought him misery. That's like what their biggest like fear is. So you want to know that his investment, like what he's expecting is that you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be happy. And that's why like yesterday, I was getting ready for bed. And so when I came back into the bedroom after like washing my face and everything, Irfan goes, what? And I'm like, nothing, what? He's like, tell me. And I said, what? Nothing. And he's like, you walked in with a smile on your face. Tell me why you were smiling. I'm like, I didn't. I'm like, I didn't realize, like, I'm just happy. And so like that, you know, like you're just happy because you don't have to worry about anything. Do not be the one talking and dishing everything out. What you want to do is keep him talking. Why? When he's talking, remember that men naturally have evolved in all species, not just in the human kingdom. In all species, men have evolved to impress women. So when we are the ones impressing them, it confuses them and it confuses our nervous system because we don't know how to impress men. We've never had to do it. They've always chased us and impressed us. So because it's like out of alignment for us, we get really messed up in the head and they get really messed up in the head, right? Like they think, oh, I must be God's gift. Like this goddess is like wanting me and impressing me. So what you want to do is ask him questions, not like interview type of questions, but like silly, girly questions that might bypasses his mental energy and in his body. So I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint on this. Enjoy. Thank you for all you do for us. Thank you so much. So the words that you choose when you're speaking to a man, and this actually goes for all human beings, when you're talking to a man or a child or, you know, your girlfriend. The word, I'll talk more about this tomorrow, but the words that you choose either puts him in his head, in his body, or somewhere down south, which I'm not going to say here, otherwise YouTube might demonetize my video, okay? So the words that you choose. So if you ask a man what, where, how, when type of questions, like any of those W type of questions or like how, like those kind of questions, it puts him in his mental energy. For those of you guys who are married, you want to be extra careful on this, but dating too. Because if your man's been at work all day and he's already been in his mental energy, when he comes home to you, he wants to land on something soft, okay? They didn't worry about what if he dies and I can't take care of myself. Here's why. These women knew how to receive. And because they knew how to receive, they knew that people love giving. The masculine, especially male and females, loves to give. So in a couple of instances, I've had actually family members that were women that were completely leaned back, getting everything taken care of for, and then their husband did die. Guess what happened? Nothing bad happened to them. Other people stepped in and they still kept receiving. Their brothers, their father, their brother-in-law, their sister's husband, their neighbors. Why? Because people love giving to women that love to receive, right? So because these women's embodiment is receiving, they're not sitting around saying, well, I better just learn all the tricks and all the utilities and I better just like be so independent in case he dies, because it doesn't matter if he dies or not. Those type of women don't receive before they meet someone. They don't let themselves receive after they meet someone, and they sure as hell won't receive after he dies. Because you don't know how to receive. You're never gonna receive, okay? So the women that know how to receive, they get taken care of by everyone before they meet a man, when they're rotational dating, after they're married, and if he dies, other people step in. And here's the thing, babe. Do you really think a powerful woman like me can't figure out the utility bills? Seriously? You think I can't figure it out? You think I can't like go into the office and look at the binder and at the Excel worksheets that my husband has created with all the passwords and all the utilities and all that stuff, and I can't just take a peek if something were to happen? Of course I could. But if I was constantly aware of those things, I would trigger his conserve energy switch and he would say, well, Mina's got that. I can just focus my energy on some other things, or conserving energy, or play video games, or do this or that, right? So to recap, if you are a woman that sits around and thinks about, if he dies, then I'm gonna have to do everything anyway, so I might as well know it now, guaranteed you're probably doing everything now anyways, okay? Because you don't know how to receive. You are letting this fear of, like, you can't even receive in life because of fear of death. You can't receive. You have to open yourself up to receiving. You know what? People die all the time, okay? People die, people get divorced, things happen, and guess what? Women everywhere figure it out. They figure it out. Or if they're really embodied and they're receiving, someone else gives it to them because they know how to receive. So don't let the fear of what if, or the fear of future death, or the fear of future divorce keep you from receiving now. You get to have everything done for you, okay? I can't like even believe that so many women commented on that they would not let themselves receive the lifestyle that I'm receiving for fear that something might happen to their husband. That hasn't happened yet. Why are we solving problems that haven't occurred yet? This is one of my like rules in life. I don't have very many rules. You guys know I don't like rules. but this is one of mine. I do not solve any problems that actually haven't occurred yet. So right now, I get to sit back and I get to receive from my husband, from my neighbors, from my friends and family members and everyone else that loves to give. And I get to receive, and I don't have to worry that, oh, I can't receive because tomorrow if they're not there, then what's gonna happen? Well, I will adapt. I will figure it out. Okay? Or someone else will step in because people love to give and there aren't enough people willing to receive right now. There aren't enough people graciously sitting back and receive. Either we've got women that can't receive because they're completely independent, or we've got entitled brats that no one wants to give very long to, right? We don't have the healthy divine feminine so much these days where women can really receive in a healthy way. Okay? So you get to receive in a healthy way. There are a lot of things you can do. There are a lot of things that women can figure out, but do you really want to? Do you really want to, right? Yes, I can figure out, I'm a university graduate, multiple 7-figure business owner. I can figure a lot of things out. Do I want to? No. I want to let someone else take care of them for me, okay? I want to just sit back and receive, because why? I can channel my energy in more creative pursuits like helping you guys. He wants to provide for you, okay? This is the example my husband gave me. He was like, you know how you feel that deep-seated satisfaction when you feed Alina, that's my daughter's name, or any of the boys? And I'm like, yeah, like as a parent, like you just want to feed them, right? Like you just want to fill them up when they were babies, that satisfaction of like feeding them, right? He's like, that's how I feel for you. I was like, whoa, I know that like innate like instinct of like wanting to feed your kids. He said he feels the same for me. So if you're not a mom, like I'm not sure if you can relate to this, like, but parents are obsessed with, we get this really weird addictive type high from feeding our kids, especially when they're babies. It's really weird. That's why parents are always chasing their kids around, trying to stuff food in their mouth, right? That's how men feel with us too. Like he's like, when I buy you a new dress, when I feed you, like he's like, you have no idea the satisfaction that I get. You don't open an academy, you don't train people. That's one of the problems, is that we're trying to get these deadbeat boyfriends and then train them. So what you do is you forget the word boyfriend and girlfriend exists. You act like you don't even know what it means. Forget about it. It does not exist in your vocabulary. It does not exist at all. It's not a status. Unless you're under 22. Then fine, you're playing around a little bit, go for it, okay? So if you want marriage, you create your love list of the qualities and values that you desire. And he's gonna be 6'2", is not gonna pay your bills. So that's not a life value, okay? That does not pay the bills. So we're gonna create our love list, and then we're going to find the right guy, the right age group. So if, let's say you're 30, I don't know your age, but if you're 30, you're going to start looking at the dating pool 38 and up. You're not gonna date anyone with it like less than, I would say, 7 years younger than you. You're gonna date older, because that's gonna be your peer. This isn't some Ponzi scheme. This is like the reality of the same peers. Men and women of the same age are not in the same peer group. You want to make sure that he is physically, emotionally, and spiritually older than you. So that means he needs to be 7 to 8 years older. Then when you date and you are not on the date to impress him, that goes against the species of all kingdoms. Animal kingdom, human kingdom. You are not there to impress him. Men impress women. That's just how it's been. And you are not going to get impressed with anything that has nothing to do with you. How he dresses has nothing to do with you. The nice car he drives has nothing to do with you. That's not your car. What kind of watch he wears has nothing to do with you. Don't get impressed by that. Get impressed by what he does for you. adorable, two gorgeous, gorgeous sons, and you didn't have a status. So that was, mistake number one, but it is what it is. You got two gorgeous babies out of it, and unfortunately so did he. But the good news is that he is providing to the best of his ability. Okay, now he doesn't want to get married, and this is typical, right? When they string you along and you get strung along. Another good news is that you became a stay-at-home mom, so you are with your boys and all of that. Do not charge any other girls' fees or anything like that on your credit cards. Let him be an Uber driver on the side if he needs to provide, or don't have food, and just feed your babies and say we don't have food, okay? And yes, you may have to learn to be financially savvy at this point. When he said that I don't want to get married, instead of getting mad, agree with him. So you might have to bring this up now because that moment has passed, and say, thank you for sharing the truth about how you feel. I'm disappointed, of course, because I thought we were engaged, but no worries, that's okay. I still desire marriage. Don't say I want to get married to you. Never say I want to get married to you. I still desire marriage, and then drop it. You're never going to bring up marriage with this guy ever again. Then, your younger one is a baby. He is so little. So what you're going to do is you're going to give yourself a year. So all of 2021, you are going to be moving in silence, and you are going to be building yourself up. I don't know any history about you as far as if you have any degrees or any money or relatives in the area. I don't know whether you live in the United States. He mentioned getting 50% if he got divorced. Then all of that. So I'm assuming you live in the United States. So move in silence and build up several areas of your life. Okay, you're gonna build up your self-esteem and know that you deserve to be married if that's what you want, and you deserve someone who's 110 committed to you and provides for you. The good news is that he has already started to fall in love with you. I can guarantee this because he's providing for you and your boys. So this actually works for you. My intuition says he'll come around, but you're gonna have to bring on that goddess energy and assume that he won't. Brush up on some skill sets. Whether it's starting a business online, it is almost impossible not to make money online these days. So look into that. Or if you have a degree or something that you can do, have an exit plan going for you. Then, after this year, when you have lined up your ducks in a row, maybe you have spoken to your parents if they live near you that, hey, I might have to live with you for a while, whatever it is, have a exit plan set up. Then after that year, after 2021 is going off, on the end, you're gonna bring up the conversation again, and you are going to be in control. The goddess version of you is gonna bring it up. So let him know that, you know what, I know we talked about this last year, my mind hasn't changed and I'm just really desiring and craving marriage. Not to him, you're not gonna say that. And let him know that you are, gonna continue to live with him and he can provide for you and your kids, but you are gonna start dating. But you're also gonna be dating him, okay? Because that's what you are, you're just a placeholder right now. And so you don't have to, if he asks you, or you don't have to, first of all, you don't need permission and you don't have to offer up any information. He's not your husband. So you don't owe him an explanation or anything like that. But dating around doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna sleep around, anything like that, unless you want to. You're a grown adult and fully entitled to do whatever the hell you want. So you're going to start seeing multiple people based on your love list. When a man that you like and he fits your love list and he wants to provide for you and take care of you, when that man proposes, if it's him, then that's great. But if another one does and you like him and you want to marry him, you're gonna go ahead and say yes, and then you're gonna marry him. So two things might happen. This guy may realize, oh my God, he's about to lose his queen and his children, right? And he can still be a half-time father and all that, but he's not gonna have full rights to you. And he may step up to the plate and realize that the risk of divorce is smaller than the risk of losing you at this point, or you'll see his true colors and then you'll get the man that you deserve. So this is just how the world is, guys. Learn this. I love men. I'm raising two, and I'm raising my sons to be super masculine energy. And I said, you get upset if a woman tries to pay for you.
Don't forget to like,
you get upset.
That's subscribe. Let me know in the comments how often you will be revisiting this video and revisiting the notes that you took to do this love work. Also, let me know in the comments your age and the age you wish you were when you found this information. And also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a new video. So thanks again for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you subscribing and supporting this channel and helping women all over the world become spoiled.